Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have my August favorites. I feel like August was kind of an off month for me as far as trying new makeup, loving new makeup, wearing new makeup. I don't know, I just felt like it kind of flew by. A lot of it was Mercury retrograde. Things were just a little off. Anyway, let's get into the products that I have been loving this month. The first product that I wanted to mention is actually not a makeup product, but it's I consider a beauty product, health product, and this video is actually in collaboration with the brand. So I've been trying this product out, and it is the Native deodorant. So it's an all-natural deodorant. So when they reached out to me, I was totally on board because I'm trying to find the best like natural deodorant for myself. This is gonna be kind of TMI, but I feel like nothing is really TMI at this point because we're besties. But ever since I became vegetarian or pescatarian about, I would say like a year and a half, 2 years ago, my body odors kind of changed and I was only able to use one deodorant. Anything else would make me kind of smell funky or weird. So there's a ton of different scents to try from this brand Native. So I was able to try 6 of them, and they were so kind enough to send me 6 more to give away to you guys. So 2 winners are gonna win a box of 3 deodorants. So in the box that I got this little card, and it kind of tells you how to use this deodorant, which I guess when I first got it, I'm like, how could there be instructions on a deodorant? But because it's a natural deodorant, you do have to like follow this. So like the first one is to apply after you've washed your underarms, like not just when you're like sweaty already and stinky. Obviously you want to just remove like the excess oils. The second step is to apply less. So it says with Native, less is more. You're only supposed to apply like 2 to 3 swipes on each arm, underarm. And the thing about this deodorant is you might see a little bit of like excess like when you first apply it, which at first is like, oh my god, alarming. But if you don't read the instructions, you would just kind of like let it sit there, but you're actually supposed to rub it in. So the third step is rub-a-dub-dub, but you're supposed to rub it in, and this is gonna help reduce it getting wet. It's gonna help moisturize your skin, which it is actually very moisturizing. And then you're supposed to wear it daily, so it says it works best when you wear it daily. It says it can take up to 14 days to get like the effectiveness out of it, so you do have to like stick with it. Like the first couple of days you might feel a little weird, or you might feel like a little self-conscious, but you do have to kind of let that cycle just go through. So just a couple of the scents. There's coconut and shea, apricot and white peach, rose and magnolia. There's an unscented one, lavender and rose, and then coconut and vanilla. So my favorite one is actually the coconut and vanilla. I love the way this smells. So the first time I put it on, the whole day I kept smelling like this really nice coconut scent, but it wasn't like extremely, it didn't smell fake. It just smelled really good through my t-shirt. The one that doesn't really work that well with like my body chemistry, or I guess my senses, is the lavender and rose. I think rose scents just don't work with me at all. Like in perfume, if they're heavily rose scented products or rose infused products break me out, like my face. So I don't know, it's kind of ironic because my name is Rose, and I do like the unscented one. So on the card it says, take care of your body, it's the only place you have to live, which I really like because it's true. It says here that aluminum is a toxin found in antiperspirants that is linked to breast cancer and Alzheimer's. Native deodorant is made without aluminum. It's also made in the USA, made for men and women in small batches in the US. They never test on animals, except humans, it says, which is funny. And then it's paraben free. So parabens mimic estrogen and disrupt your hormonal imbalance. Native deodorant is made without parabens. So it's really natural. And like I said, I was a little skeptical because I was only really conditioned to using one deodorant ever. Like that's the only one that I would trust, and it was a spray on. But it's really important to be conscious of what you're putting on your body, and my dad is always telling me to stop using regular deodorant and that it's really harmful. So finally I found one that works with my body chemistry, because trust me, I've tried the ones at my drugstore and they just didn't mix well with me. So this one's my favorite, the coconut and vanilla. Oh, it smells so good. I love coconut and I love vanilla, but too much of one will give me a headache. So it's a nice little blend of both, and I really have been enjoying this. So check them out. Check out their Instagram. They have a website so you can read reviews. And I am going to be giving away 3 deodorants to one winner and then 3 to another. Obviously they're new in their box, of course, and they're the same scents that I mentioned. So I will have the rules down below in the description bar to enter. And I want to say thank you to Native for letting me try these products. It's really important to take these steps in taking care of your body, and I'm trying to transition into vegan because I just want to take better care of myself. So yeah, just wanted to mention this deodorant. So now let's get into some makeup products. These are the Ardell Studio Effects Demi Wispies. So we all know Demi Wispies, the regular good old Demi Wispies, but these are the Studio Effects. so they have a little bit of an extra oomph. I like cutting them pretty dramatically and just using them kind of as like half lashes for natural days. Like today I'm just gonna go run errands. I don't want to look overly made up, but I still want to look like a little put together. So these are awesome for that. They're inexpensive and I really love the studio effects. They're hard to find. I think I found these at Ulta. They just give you a little bit extra oomph. Like the Demi Wispies are great for natural days, but I think I'm kind of past the natural lash, so I need a little extra oomph. So it's kind of like you took Demi Wispies and then added some individuals to them. That's exactly what they did, and they were designed by a makeup artist. So love these, and I love how they just flatter my eyes, and I again love cutting them so that my eyes look a little bit more like cat eye or angular, and I just kind of place them on the ends of my eyes, and I love that look. Speaking of mascara, I do have lashes down, so you can't really see the full effect of these mascaras, but these are my babies. These have been like ride or dies for the past couple of months or since they came out. This is the Lancome Monsieur Big. So voluminous. The brush one, when I first got it, I'm like, oh no, it's too big. It's just gonna be so clumpy and I'm not gonna like it, but I love it. I feel like on camera, lashes don't translate as well like natural lashes, which really sucks, like especially on my eyes. Like in person, when people see my lashes, they're like, oh my god, are those extensions? Or even on Snapchat. But I feel like when I do these kind of videos, they just don't show up. So I just popped on some lashes today, but this mascara is amazing. It's really black. It does lengthen, but the best part about this is the volumizing effect that it gives. And then this one is the Giorgio Armani Black Ecstasy. This one will transfer if you're sweating a lot or if you just have really long lashes. It can transfer. Like I wore this to the gym and I did have like black under my eye, but for regular everyday, like if I'm not going to be sweating or something and I just want really long almost lash extension looking lashes, this one is the truth. And they're both high end. I do love me some drugstore mascara. I feel like the drugstore kills mascaras the most. Like I feel like you can go to any and they're all gonna be good. It's like L'Oreal Lash Voluminous, pretty much any L'Oreal mascara I love, but I just want to mention these two because they're newer to my collection and I have been enjoying them. Next up is something that I use in the shower, and I didn't really realize how much I loved it until this month. I was using something else and then I went back to this and I'm like, this is amazing. This is the old Henriksen Transforming Walnut Scrub. I remember featuring this in this old packaging. I think I hauled it, but I just didn't realize how much I loved it because I just was so used to using it and I stopped using it. I went back and I'm like, that makes a huge difference. So it is a little bit more abrasive. It's a little bit more harsh, I guess. It's not as gentle as most exfoliators. Like this one actually I feel like does a difference. It makes a difference. Most exfoliators that are gentle, like I just feel like they're cleansers at that point and I don't feel like I'm really exfoliating and taking that dead skin off. And I have very sensitive skin, so I don't like using words like abrasive or harsh, but I just feel like I have to kind of describe it that way because it actually has beads that exfoliate. I can't use anything that's too harsh on my skin because my skin is dry, it's sensitive, it gets red very easily. So trust me, it's not like damaging to your skin, but it does work. Like it's very effective, and I'm telling you, when I put my makeup on the day after using this, my skin is just like butter. I wish I would have used it yesterday so you guys can see like your skin just looks photoshopped when you put your foundation on. Exfoliating goes a long way when it comes to your foundation and how it lays down. And speaking of that, I wanted to mention two products that I've been using on my clients that help with foundation laying down and looking smooth and looking hydrated. This is the Tatcha Gold Camelia Beauty Oil. I love this on dry skin, on mature skin. It really hydrates, but it doesn't feel greasy, and when you put the foundation on, it just looks so dewy. I still set it so that it could be matte, but this helps so much. I like use this kind of like a primer, but I still put a pore minimizing primer, but instead of like a hydrating primer on my clients, I'll use this if they're very dry. And then for moisturizer for my clients, I've been obsessed with this Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. This has shea butter, vitamin C, and E. Every time I put this on someone, they're like, wow, that smells so good. I've been using it on myself too as a moisturizer, but I think this is so great as a pre-moisturizing primer moisturizer. Like it works well when you're about to do your makeup. It smells good. It has like a lemony scent, and I've been using this a lot. I usually use it with my beauty blender. Their skin feels and looks supple. It's bouncy, and I know that the skin is ready and prepped for makeup when I use this because it just feels like it is. So I really like hydrating my clients' faces because I feel like it's very important if you don't want it to look cakey and dry and you want everything to kind of glide on very nicely. So those products have been amazing. For primers for myself, I've been using this No Poreblem primer. So bomb. I've talked about it before. I think I featured it in another favorites video. I think I featured this in another favorites video. It's by Touch and Soul. It's a great no-brainer hydrating pore minimizing primer. It doesn't dry me out. Pore minimizing primers can be so drying on dry skin, but this one isn't. It has a nice feel to it. It's not silicone-y, but it's not dry. It's like a smoothing, feels like a moisturizer, but it's smoothing. It's weird, but I love it. And then this one, this is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. Mine is beat up. I've been putting this to use. I don't know, you probably can't see that, but it's about up to here, and I just got this. It just moisturizes so well, and it leaves my skin sticky. So when I put my foundation on, it just clings on, and it just looks so great. I feel like when I don't use this now, I'm like, my skin doesn't look that good. It's one of those products that you get it and you're like, wow, that's what I was missing. So Smashbox, thank you so much for making this. So many brands come up with like mattifying and like for oily skin, but what about us dry skin girls or boys? You know, we need some help too. We need some love too. So I've been loving those for my face. For a glow this month, I've been using this Becca highlight in Pearl, which you're probably like, aren't you a little bit too tan for that? But I have it on now, and I just love how beaming this is. It's not dry like some other of the Becca ones. Like Moonstone is a lot drier than Pearl, and they're about the same shade, but Moonstone's a little bit more ashy, where Pearl is just, I mean, it literally looks like straight up silver ice, like white, but I like mixing it in with something. So I'll do something like gold, and then I'll put this on top, because sometimes highlights are too dark on me, and when I'm looking straight on, it just, you can see the darkness, and I hate that. Like that really ruins my day. So this one always comes to the rescue and just lightens things up and just beams, and I just like how it looks. It doesn't look ashy, it doesn't look dry. I feel like this one has a little more glitter than some of them, but I love it. This with Prosecco Pop or with Champagne Pop or with Opal, awesome combination. But I've been using it with this Kiko highlight in 208. I do have this on as well, and this is actually an eyeshadow, and I've been using this for so long. Not this one, I've rebought this so many times. This is one of the best highlighters ever. So it's an eyeshadow, but you can use it wet or dry, and I think the formula of this powder is not drying because it's supposed to be used wet. I don't know, but I remember I wore this once and people all thought I had on like 5 highlights, and it was just this. Like this in pictures looks stunning. I think if you're gonna bring this in your kit, it's so like multi-purpose, because you can use it as an eyeshadow, as an inner corner highlight, as a highlight. So I am obsessed with this. It's totally worth it. It's super inexpensive, and because it is formulated to be long lasting on the eyes, I feel like it's just as long lasting on the skin. My biggest pet peeve is when you have to keep on applying a highlight. This is very comparable to like Laura Geller Gilded Honey, because it's that same like gel formula. This doesn't accentuate pores, it blings like crazy, and you can use this like for a soft glow, but you can really pack this on and it doesn't get dry. Like this will not emphasize your texture. I feel like so many people sleep on Kiko. You gotta get on it. 208, Rosita put you on. And this is actually another Kiko product, but this is the Kiko 3D Hydra Gloss in 19. So I've talked about 03 as my favorite, and it's still top 5 glosses of all time for me, but this color is so pretty as well. So 03 is more pinky, it has some fine glitters. This one doesn't have any shimmers in it, and it's a straight up nude. It's just a good classic lip gloss that you can wear on its own. You can wear it over lipstick, over liquid lipstick. It doesn't mess with anything underneath. This is definitely a dupe for the Marc Jacobs glosses, like for sure. I mean, they don't have a scent like the Marc Jacobs ones do, but they're just so inexpensive that you can't go wrong. I know some of you guys ordered some of these, and I'm so happy, and you guys tested them out and you're like, oh my god, I love it. And I'm so glad when you guys actually trust me and believe me and try the products that I rave about, because I'm very picky about my nude glosses. You guys know I try a ton. I take pride in my nudes, and this is definitely a winner. And again, this one is 19, and it's more of a classic nude. It's just like a beigey nude, and the only thing is you don't get too much product in these, but they're so inexpensive that you just buy 2 at a time, and they will last you, and they're very shiny without being sticky. If you apply too much of any gloss, you'll get that weird, like when you talk, it kind of, this one is not the one that like spits at you or like gets goopy, but I feel like when I have a lot of this on layered, I talk a little funny. That might just be me with wearing gloss. Like I feel like I talk strange, but this is such a bomb gloss, and you can just throw it in your purse. It's small, it's compact, it's cute, and Kiko, yes, this one is a winner. And again, this one is number 19. I own so many of them and I love them all. When I'm just heading out the door and I want to put something on, I do this gloss, mascara, and I'm out the door and I feel a little bit more alive. The older I get, like the more I kind of have to add on. So a gloss definitely goes a long way for me. I feel alive, I feel vibrant, juicy, and it makes my lips look plumper, which is always a good thing, right? Right. And the last two favorites are these eyeliners. So this one is the MAC Brushstroke Black Liner. I got this because one of you recommended it to me on Snapchat, and it is so bomb. So it's a felt tip liner, and this one reminds me of like the Hourglass felt tip or the Tom Ford, but it's actually longer than all of those, so you really can get a nice precise wing. Like when I'm going for a sharp cut you up liner, I'm going for this one. It is bomb. Like bomb is not even the word, and it doesn't dry as shiny as the Tom Ford one, so I do love that. And it's not as expensive, of course. It's MAC. It's not as expensive as Tom Ford, girl, because that Tom Ford liner is playing games, but that one lasts a long time. Anyway, this one's bomb. And for a matte liner, I was loving this Sephora eyeliner in Noir Black. So there's two of them. You have to be careful. You gotta get the matte one. This stuff is no joke. It is so dark and black and matte that it's just, it satisfies my soul. It doesn't irritate my eyes. It just looks so black and so pigmented, and I love it. I actually have both of these on today, and I didn't really spend too much time on my makeup because I was kind of like on the go, but I really love these, and they make liner very easy, and I like my liner very black, so I love layering liners. Just like I love layering my nudes, try layering eyeliners. It makes a world of a difference. If you like that super black perfect liner, especially when you look down and you have lashes, don't forget to line it again. Go over everything because, you know, shadow gets on there and glue and stuff like that. So I always layer my liners. Wait, I lied. There's one more favorite. This is the Kirkland Daily Facial Towelettes. This is paraben-free formula 30 pre-moistened towelettes. I get these online. You can get it from Costco. It's the Costco brand, but you can actually buy it on Walmart.com. Yes, I put you on. I don't know, it's kind of random, but these are so great because they're actual towelettes and they're not just like basic wipies. I don't know, they're like baby wipes but for your face. They're like straight up, you hear that? Like these are going nowhere, and you just go to town wiping your face and there's still space on here. These are awesome. They're very wet. They don't irritate my skin. They're awesome, and they're really great at removing swatches from your hand. I know that's kind of like first world problems, but sometimes that eyeliner doesn't want to come off your hand. Try this. It's so bomb, and I like using wipes for quick removal. Like sometimes I just don't want to sit there and like use Bioderma and like do the cleanse. Like if I'm on the go, those are coming with me. If I'm traveling, those are coming with me, and you get a big pack and it's not too expensive, and they're non-irritating, which is very important. They're like the Neutrogena wipes because they're non-irritating, but bigger, stronger, better. I do have a makeup regret, and it is this Sephora Make No Mistake High Coverage Concealer. I have it on now. I just don't think I'm into the really sticky, gooey concealer. It's just not my thing. I don't like that. Like the It Cosmetics one is nice and thick, but it's not gooey. This one's gooey. I don't know why, but I'm not feeling it. I'm sorry, Sephora collection. You guys have great products, but this is just not one of them for me. And I've seen people rave about it, and I'm like, how? Like where? I just don't get it. Sephora reviews are just getting like infiltrated by like influencer, and I think there's like another website that you have to like post a review to get products. It's just a no for me. It's too thick. You have to use the littlest amount, and when you're blending it, like you can't pat. You actually have to swipe, which I don't like doing under my eyes. I feel like it's too abrasive under there, and I just don't like doing that. And it has decent coverage, but this color ginger is not even brightening on under my eyes. I'd rather stick to my Tarte Shade Tape Urban Decay Naked Concealer or my NARS concealers, because this one is just a no for me. Sorry, not sorry. This is the By Terry Hyaluronic Hydra Powder. You're gonna see me try this out in next week's video, and I tried baking with it and it was an epic fail. I took a picture on Snapchat with flash and it was like, whoa, like it wasn't even dark. Usually you can only tell like flashback in dark areas, but no, you could see that my face was just white. It was not popping, and okay, fine, I get it, not for baking, you can use it on your face, but these two products are hyaluronic hydra powders. So basically with hyaluronic acid, you put it on and it's going to take the moisture from the air or from your skin to re-moisturize you. I remember trying out pure hyaluronic acid and it was so drying on me. These are not for dry skin. I feel like this is a hydra primer and a hydra powder, more like drying powder and drying primer. They're a big no for me. They were expensive, $60 or something, and like $70, something crazy for these two, like each. No, I'm good. I'm all the way set. I will stay with my other primers. I'm happy with those. I'm not happy with these, so big no. No for me. And another product that I'm just not feeling so much is this Anastasia matte lipstick in Peachy. The color is too peachy. I hauled it. It's just off for me. I don't even want to swatch it right now. And another thing is that they're so matte that when you put it on your lips, it like tugs. So So it's hard to get like a good plump looking juicy lip with this. I get it, it's matte, it's supposed to be matte, but I think they compromised it and just made it too matte to the point where it literally like, it feels like you're ripping and tugging at your lip. And the color was just off for me, and I'm not really a fan of peachy lipsticks, I guess. I like more neutral. I've always known that, but that just reinforced it for me. I don't have too many music favorites, I'm sorry, so let's just get to it because I don't have too many. I just feel like music was slacking this month. I don't know what's going on, but let's get into it.
I tell all my hoes, rake it up, break it down, bag it up. Fuck it up, bag it up, bag it up, bag it up.
Told her say my number on the big dip of delicious from far. She roll up on me, then they get lit. Girl, you my swisher cigar. Shorty rather lay by the poolside, then stay by a full side. Baby, like I produce. Stop being friendly to the fuck boys.
Say little bitch, you can fuck with me if you wanted to. These expensive, these is red bottoms, these is blood shoes. So don't get comfortable, look. I don't dance now, I make money move. If I see you now speak, that means I don't fuck with you. Now to see Cardi B, you know where I'm at, you know where I be. With me, honestly. No quiero darte duro como es. Tú solo caeré. No quiero darte duro como es. No quiero darte duro como es. Corriendo, haciendo. Si somos ajenos o con otro tutela. No me importa el carajo porque sé que volverás. Vamos a ser felices en los cuatro. No pierdas más el tiempo. Me parece largo, indecente. I'm frowning. Oh, baby, I don't care. Do whatever you want. Whatever you need. Nigga, who poppin' that?
So that concludes my August favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.